Hello students, today we will learn the new topic of this chapter, inheritance and variation, and the topic is monohybrid cross. What is mean by monohybrid cross? A cross between parents differing in only one heritable trait is called monohybrid cross. For example, cross of pure tall plant with cross of pure dwarf plant is known as a monohybrid cross. Mendel performed several monohybrid and dihybrid processes, and by observing the monohybrid and dihybrid process, he postulated three basic laws of inheritance. Out of these three basic laws, today we will discuss here the two laws. And the first law is law of dominance. According to this law, in monohybrid and dihybrid process, the phenotypic characters are controlled by discrete units. Mendel called these discrete units factors. In a dissimilar pair of factors, that means in a heterozygous condition, one member of the pair dominates over the other. For example, this law is easily studied in these monohybrid cross. Suppose these are the two pea plants. They are they are showing the same characteristic feature, and only one character is different in both the parents. That means one plant is taller in height and another plant is dwarf. At the time of gamete formation, tall plants produced all the gametes containing capital T allele, which is responsible for the tallness of character, and dwarf plant produce small t gametes containing small t alleles. When these two gametes gets fused and it forms the F1 generation. And in F1 generation, the plants phenotypically shows the tallness, and the genotypically it contains the two different alleles, that is capital T and small t. So by observing these cross, Mendel postulated that the allele or the factor which express in presence of another allele, that allele or that factor, it is known as dominant, and which doesn't express itself in presence of other, it is known as recessive allele. Here in F1 generation, all the plants which are produced, they are taller in height. That means capital T express itself and the small t suppress its, and small t doesn't express its characters, and hence Mendel's called that in F1 generation, the character which expresses itself, it is a dominant, and which doesn't express, it is a recessive allele. This is the statement of law of dominance. When two homozygous individuals with one or more sets of contrasting characters are crossed, the alleles that appear in F1 are dominant. That means capital T will be the dominant, and the allele which doesn't express, it is a recessive, that is small t, it is a recessive allele. Then the second law, that is the law of segregation. Again in monohybrid cross, when the tall plant cross with dwarf plant, it forms the F1 generation capital T small t, means both the two different alleles combine and forms the F1 hybrid generation, and all the plants are phenotypically tall, but genotypically they showing the heterozygous condition. Then again in F2 generation, the dwarf plant will produce, means out of these four plants, the three plants were tall and one plant is dwarf. He again performed the several times performed the crosses, and he obtained the same ratios of, or the same types of ratios in monohybrid process. Out of these four plants, three plants will be the tall and one plant is dwarf. That means the recessive character which suppresses in F1 generation, or which is not expressed in F1 generation but it is expressed in F2 generation. And by observing these law, he concluded that when the F1 hybrid undergoes selfing and they forms the gametes, the allele, they are not mixed or blending with each other in F1 generation. At the time of gamete formation, each allele entered in different gametes. Here you can clearly see that When capital T small t cross with capital T small t, this capital T small t forms the gamete, one gamete containing capital T and one gamete containing small t allele. Again same here, one gamete containing capital T and one gamete containing small t gamete, and the gametes will be the pure. These gametes, all the four gametes, they are pure in nature. When Mendel performed these experiments, he doesn't know about the meiosis, but today we know that in meiosis the chromosomes get reduced during the gamete formation, means gametes contains half the number of chromosomes, and hence as the gametes are pure in particular character, this law is also called law of purity of gametes, and this law is universally applicable. Thank you.